Things are looking pretty angry.
Let's grow a pumpkin to talk about. Pumpkin to talk about. Backyard of your house. Pumpkin to talk about. Growing Brussels sprouts. Growing big. Pumpkin to talk about.
Today's May 20th,
Pumpkin to
Tuesday,
talk
at the
about.
front yard patch. Don't have the best news. But remember, this is my neglect pumpkin. This is my just threw it in the front yard pumpkin. Things don't look super happy. We've got discoloration, damage, holes, and that's pretty much throughout all of these. Looks like we have pretty much everywhere we look where vines are starting. Things are looking pretty angry. Now, it could be that I over fertilized. Put down a bunch of tomato tone throughout here when I tilled all this up. So I fertilized, but yeah, all this growth just looks angry. And look at this. Despite all that, the first flower that's going to open on this front yard neglected plant is a little female flower. And it wants to open up tomorrow, although technically it's already open from the damage and non-uniformity of the growth. There's nothing around that's going to pollinate this. And let's be real, this plant looks terrible. Why would you pollinate that flower when your vine looks like this? Let's look back a little bit and get some perspective. It's pretty barren, and then we got weeds, roses, a little bit of grass. But I'm starting to suspect this area is barren for a good reason. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if this middle part of the patch had vehicles sitting on it, leaking at one point. So I'm inclined to think that it's either that, there used to be a vehicle sitting here, made the dirt bad, or I over fertilized, or the soil is just not super hospitable. So that's the update on the front yard patch. Well, I decided I should just go ahead and grab the better camera in the middle of that update. Getting pretty large. Again, today is Tuesday, May 20th. So, you know, we're getting pretty large here. The vine was, so I've got two stakes there because we were hitting a really intense curve where the plant was pretty much going completely 90 degrees to the right. And I made sure that several times I checked. That's the first true leaf, or that's the second true leaf. It grows. So I thought I had been possibly that I had planted the wrong direction, causing it to grow to the right. That don't make sense. So we're good on that front. It's just this one wants to grow to the right apparently. And so yeah. So we staked to correct things. Now, today has been a little on the cooler side. Yesterday especially, our high was like 60 degrees, 63 degrees. And it was in the 50s and 40s for a long time. Probably a total of like 12 hours in that range of those temps. And look at this. I can see some strain on the vine. Yeah, some strain on the vine there, where the vine was up against the stake earlier, and I moved things, tried to readjust, and in short, in readjusting things today, I heard a tiny little crack when I was adjusting the vine. It doesn't appear to have done much, but you know, lesson learned, be a little more careful. So we're not looking too bad. I'm pretty sure this will recover. I don't think I did any major damage, nothing cracked in half. So yeah, I don't see any marks anywhere on the vine. Yeah, so I don't think that's looking too shabby. I'm pointing down the line. Other plant's looking okay. Let's pop over there to get a closer look. Okay, we're now at the other end of the patch. My walking board here. I mean, look at this. This is looking all right. Plenty of flowers are opening up. She's laying down. This one is significantly longer. This vine is significantly longer than the other plant. Something I'm noticing though. So, we got this tree giving some afternoon shade, which I think is doing more of a hindrance on this plant. So the leaves aren't quite as large as on that one. The foliage is not quite as green, and the vine is longer. Now my intuition tells me that those are all connected, and that this vine is growing longer because it's wanting to get more sun. That combined with the smaller leaves. It's just my intuition. So far so good though. Things are looking healthy. So we'll see. This will probably catch up. Oof. Little foot for scale there. It's 11.5. Yeah, so it's longer than the other plant. I can finally say with confidence that the cold temps of the spring and the winter are over. We had another night, last night, the night before, where it was just so much cooler than it should be for this time of year. But today's high is 73, and we'll have plenty of days in the high 70s, mid 80s, maybe even touching into the 90s in the next couple days. So we're all set as far as that stuff goes. Things are really going to take off now, and soon enough it's going to be pollination time. Give it another week or so, and I bet we'll start seeing our first female flowers on these two plants. That female flower on the front yard plant, it ain't gonna do nothing. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and garden up.